So far, Square-Enix has stuck to safe bets on the Nintendo DS, producing remakes and spin-offs to established franchises like Final Fantasy and the Mana series. But now, Tetsuya Nomura and the Kingdom Hearts team are introducing something entirely different. Taking full advantage of the handheld's feature set, The World Ends With You mixes frantic dual-screen battles with Tokyo's urban culture to deliver a fresh and stylish new action RPG. Waking up in the middle of a busy Shibuya crosswalk with no memory of how he got there, Neku Sakuraba isn't getting the best start on his week. He gets chased by a group of vicious frogs, and a girl rushes him into making a pact to defeat them. After the battle, she introduces herself and explains their current situation. They're both players in a dangerous game. To win, Neku and Shiki have to endure 7 days of trials, fulfilling missions sent to their phones by a mysterious group called the Reapers. If they fail, they'll be erased. Invisible to the general populace, they hold pins that allow them to read minds and see noise, psychic creatures inhabiting multiple dimensions. Without his memory, Neku feels like he's being dragged into this against his will, but as he presses on, he uncovers more about the true nature of the game, and how he became a player. The story is rich and mysterious, though one of the more basic revelations is easy to guess at. The overall tone is similar to a lot of Japanese manga, and the plot is very character-focused, with a deep emphasis on themes such as trust and identity. As the game progresses, you'll see each of the characters mature significantly, especially Neku, as he slowly outgrows his stubborn loner attitude.
I don't get people. Never have, never will.
As a game set within a game, The World Ends With You has the luxury of being obvious with its objectives. You're frequently told what you need to do to progress, and invisible walls block entrances to many streets, guarded by red-hooded reapers detailing the requirements to pass. Most often, you'll have to scan the area for noise and take out creatures haunting statues or clinging to people, but you'll also need to find specific items, imprint ideas into people's minds, or win a round in the Tin Pin Slammer minigame. Fitting with its modern vibe, the game has an unusual fashion-focused approach to weapons and armor. Instead of helmets, shields, and chainmail, you wear leather jackets, beanies, and backpacks. These aren't Walmart threads either. Clothing, accessories, and the psychic pins you use to attack all have designer labels, with different brands more popular in different sections of town. Using a pin where it isn't popular will cut its attack power in half, while more popular brands get significant stat boosts. However, each battle affects the local trends, so you can tilt the odds in your favor by taking down a few minor enemies with matching pins and outfits. It's not exactly a healthy message to send to kids about material items giving a person worth.
Ready to die.
The game is full of other oddities as well. You buy food to increase various stats, but you have to wait for it to digest to get the full benefit. The game tosses you free weapon experience based upon how much time has passed since you last played, and you can reduce your experience level to increase the odds for item drops in battles. The game's version of Shibuya isn't very big compared to the epic worlds of most RPGs. While new enemies and situations pop up every day, you'll find yourself retreading familiar ground and unlocking the same streets day after day. You'll also have to make do with only a single save file, and you won't gain a retry option until later on in the game, leaving you to repeat long conversations before tough boss fights early on.
Come on! I'll count you!
The most challenging and rewarding aspect of The World Ends With You is getting a handle on the game's battle system. You fight on both screens simultaneously, using the stylus to activate Neku's psychic pins on the lower screen, while tapping the D-pad to navigate his partner through combo trees on the upper screen. Neku is always in your direct command, but the computer competently takes over top screen duties after a few seconds of inactivity, which can help when fights get chaotic. Pulling off a combo with one character sends a lime green puck towards the other, boosting attack strength. By keeping the puck in play, you'll naturally alternate between the two and settle into a satisfying rhythm. After you learn the basics, you'll also be able to string together your partner's attacks to create devastating dual-screen finishers.
I got this.
Schizophrenic character switching aside, Neku's arsenal is quite deep and varied on its own. By collecting different psychic pins, you'll gain access to dozens of powers that are executed through a surprising number of simple gestures. One attack is activated by simply holding the stylus to an enemy, another is used by slashing across Neku, and one simply requires that you tap empty space. Pins lose energy with use, taking a few seconds to reboot when exhausted, but you can carry 6 at a time, including healing and supporting items. New pins are constantly acquired from missions, stores, and enemies, and they get stronger and evolve with use. With so many gestures, some inputs are bound to get confused, causing you to use the wrong attacks by mistake. But you can reduce the frustration by setting pins to sub-slots, tapping the shoulder button to switch between active and inactive pins. Unfortunately, the gesture used to dodge takes a very deliberate motion, making it tough to quickly evade in the heat of battle. There's a steep learning curve to the game's fighting system, and it takes some time to adjust to the fast pace. However, once you get in the groove, it makes for such a viscerally engaging experience that you'll be hunting down enemies just for the fun of it. The World Ends With You maintains its urban comic style with detailed character close-ups and large text bubbles. Tattoo and graffiti-inspired designs are neatly integrated into the game's creatures, often forming an animal's wings or claws. There's just enough voice work to emphasize each character's personality, and the soundtrack is packed with a mix of Japanese hip-hop and dance rhythms. The unrelenting drone of one early song can get annoying pretty fast, but better tunes filter into the mix as you progress. From its setting in modern Tokyo to its fast-paced enemy encounters, The World Ends With You stands out as a daring and innovative franchise for Square-Enix, in spite of the main character's struggle with amnesia. There's not much real estate to explore, and the complex battle system takes some practice, but players with a bit of patience will discover an excellent action RPG with engaging touchscreen controls and an equally compelling story.